Hi, folks. Chocolate Yoddah here. Oops. Hi, folks. Chocolate Yoddah here, spelled Yoddah, because film studios are litigious, and as usual, I'm wrestling with my technology as I try to go live. All right, so I've got a quick lesson from 853 years ago that applies to right now. Back during Christmas of the year 1170, there was an irate king. Let's see. I just had it here. Yes, Henry II of England was in a beef with Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury. I don't even know if I introduced myself. I don't think I did. Hi, just in case. Hi, folks. Chocolate Yoddah here, spelled Yoddah, because film studios are litigious. And today is October 19th, 2023. So, back to Henry II of England and Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury, and how something that happened 853 years ago is still pertinent today. As Sting sang, history will teach us nothing. So, basically, long story short, the king wanted stuff that the church didn't want him to have. And at a certain point, a quote that became famous/infamous was spoken by the king again, Christmas 1170. He said, "Will no one rid me of this meddlesome priest?" And that's the title of this talk, this meddlesome priest. And depending on who you read, he might have said this turbulent priest or this troublesome priest. But either way, I like meddlesome because the priest was essentially meddling in the plans that the king had. So why is this important? Well, even though the king was just talking out loud to no one in particular, 4 of his knights decided to ride from Normandy in France to Canterbury in England. A quick search will show you that that's roughly 250 miles, and they did this on horseback, of course. And they got there, and they basically were going to try to threaten him, try to intimidate him, and if that didn't work, snatch him up and bring him back to the king. Thomas resisted, and the knights murked him right on the spot. So they killed this priest. What does that all mean? Why is this important at all? Well, it wasn't a direct order, which is how stochastic terrorism works. You don't speak directly to anyone. You don't say anything specific. You just say something that might activate someone. We saw that happen January of 2021, right? That's how the insurrection happened. Dump was just saying some generalized things about the election being stolen and we've got to storm the castle and all this other nonsense, right? And we've also seen recently where he's made death threats against General Milley. Now, did he say someone needs to go kill this guy? No, he said what he's done in days past would be treason and punishable by death. Okay? And by the way, just for the record, it still is punishable by death to commit treason. So his idea that it was days past, as usual, he doesn't know the laws of the land. So, interestingly enough, this past Monday, today being Thursday, federal judge Tanya Chutkin, who I'm slowly falling in love with, quoted this king when giving Dump a gag order and saying that his words were powerful enough to get someone hurt or killed. Because when Dump steps out of a courtroom and says, this is all a scam, this is a railroad job, this is, a political hit job, blah, 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 will no one do something about it? And then, then prosecutors get docked, or court staff gets docked, or people get threatened. Even the judges have received threats. So this isn't just some fanciful old-timey thing. Judge Chutkin referenced the king and said, "Will no one rid me of this meddlesome priest?" as an example of what can happen when someone uses their words irresponsibly. And that, I think, is giving Dump the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he does anything accidentally. I mean, he is stupid, but I think he understands the power of his celebrity. He said as much during the 2016 campaign. I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and I wouldn't go to jail, or words close to that. And we see that there was a lot of truth in what he said, but there's also a lot of truth in what the judge is saying. This man is dangerous. He moves stupid people to do stupid things, and unfortunately, sometimes those stupid things result in death. So I'm glad that finally he's being held accountable for his decades-long crime spree, alleged crime spree. Although there's a mountain of evidence for it, so I think pretty soon I won't have to be saying alleged anymore. But I just found it interesting how the judge referenced this old story that's been retold many, many times. People have made plays from it, and I think films and things like that. And it's an important historical lesson that kind of shows, same as it ever was, like the talking head said in Letting the Days Go By, right? Same as it ever was, right? All the stuff that's happened before is happening again because human beings are the same as they ever were. So, another interesting lesson from history. Let's see who has joined me on Wisdom. A few people stopped by. Sonia Sundara, Christopher John Martin, Lola Artifacts. And I know it's getting close to 10 o'clock on a Thursday, which means Doobie's going to be coming on, so I'm probably going to hop off soon, unless someone wants to come on and share their thoughts about this subject, and it's okay if you don't. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. And I didn't know the story behind that. I heard that phrase, and I was like, oh, interesting. Something that happened 853 years ago still has pertinence today. All right, folks, so that's it from me. Peace, love, and granola. Talk to you soon.